This is the Night Wolf howling at you, and today we're going to take a look at the Masters of the WWUniverse, Jake the Snake Roberts, evil purveyor of poison. This guy was tough to find on card at a reasonable price, and to be honest, the cheapest I found him at was more than I really wanted to pay, and making him the most expensive figure in this line that I have bought, at least until I managed to get the rattlesnake ring. On the back, we get to see the nice little picture of him pulling his face off, showing his snake head, like the wrestling version of King Hiss. The superstars of WWE Eternia will learn that whether you get entranced by his hypnotic words or frozen by his paralyzing stare, you don't mess with a snake without getting bit. I'm also wondering, he does come with a little snake there, and I wonder if it's a bendy type of thing or if it's permanently in a position. I did see some stuff on him about how he used to drop his pythons on people he was wrestling with. And of course, in this line, we also have Mr. T, the heroic pitier of fools, and the Fiend, Bray Wyatt, evil lord of fireflies. Kind of wonder what that means. And Seth Rollin, slayer of kings and beasts. Let's go ahead and get him out of the box, shall we? And I'm going to be stupid enough to do the knife again. Well, on the plus side, his little book wasn't actually taped down like it has been on the last couple. Oh, looks like on the cover it shows his chest having snake decals also. We'll have to take a look at that on the final figure. And he's going up against Macho Man Randy Savage, which I haven't actually opened yet. Jake the Snake Roberts, evil purveyor of poison. The great battle has begun. A darkness threatens to consume WWE Eternia as the faction of evil superstars rise from parts unknown to control the balance of power. But the heroic superstars accept the challenge and defend the planet and determine who are the masters of the WWUniverse. Height, 6 foot 6 inches. Weight, 259 pounds. Superstar powers, paralyzing snake stare, speaks with and controls serpents. Foreign objects. Damien the Snake. WWE Eternia has a new champion, Triple H, thanks to the help of the unexpected ally, Jake the Snake Roberts. The power of WWE Eternia is mine to control. With Jake the Snake Roberts by my side, the reign of the Skull King will last forever. I will show you the way through the darkness, trust me. Rips his face off. Consider this your final lesson, Triple H. Never trust a snake. Oh, okay. So, this actually does explain Stephanie's bio, huh? Because this must be right before hers then. I wonder, once I get done with all of these, will they form an actual concurrent storyline? And of course, we have the picture on the back of all the stuff that I just read off of the front. And that was a lot easier than normal. So he does come with the same battle armor that Piper has. Ta-da! So theoretically, you could switch out these plates, but also there's no way in hell I'm doing that because of much of a pain in the butt it was for doing his in the first place. So our friend at Saturday Morning Cartoon Wrestling had recommended watching a documentary on Jake the Snake called Jake the Snake Resurrection. I did not, however, do that. I didn't have the time to. And just to throw on there, it also wanted me to pay for it on YouTube, and I'm kind of a cheap bastard, especially when I spend the ridiculous amount of money that I spend on a figure like this. So, a little bit of information here. Aurelian Smith Jr., born May 30th, 1955, better known by the ring name Jake the Snake Roberts, an American professional wrestler and actor currently signed to the All Elite Wrestling or the AEW, where he performs as manager to Lance Archer and also serves as a special advisor for AEW's Community Outreach Program. He is also signed to the WWE under the Legends contract, but he is best known for his 2 stints in the World Wrestling Federation, later called the WWE, between 1986 and 1992, and the second between 1986 and 1992, and the second between 1996 and 1997. He also appeared in the Extreme Wrestling Championship during the summer of 1997 and made appearances for Total Nonstop Action Wrestling from 2006 to 2008. So there's some of his wrestling highlights. Roberts has also said on the DVD Pick Your Poison that he got his nickname by copying Oakland Raiders quarterback Ken the Snake Stabler, of whom he was a fan. He would often accentuate this as he would slither onto and out of the ring on his belly under the bottom rope, which I had hoped to be able to find a video of that, but I couldn't see one that I thought I could use in this video because I don't want to worry about copyright strikes, especially since I barely have a channel as it is. He would also bring a Burmese python, most named Damien, to ringside in a canvas bag. Other types were a reticulated python named Lucifer and an unnamed devenomized cobra and an Albanese python named Revelations. So after executing a DDT for the pin, he would place the python on the opponent to various reactions. Roberts has also been praised for his ring psychology. Jim Ross said he stands out for his promo work, and Ted DeBase said he enjoyed working with Roberts, and Bad News Brown called him the second best opponent. Randy Savage said he enjoyed his run with Roberts, whose work was impressive. And as I recall from what I was reading, Randy Savage is the one who got to meet the devenomized python, as it was used to bite him in the ring. So that sounds pretty cool. Kind of makes it too bad that he only comes with one snake. Speaking of which, let's go ahead and open that up. Okay, so the snake is rubber. It is molded into shape, and there is no wiring in there to let it hold position. So what you see here is what you get. Now, let's see. I'm not sure about the positioning of the snake on him, though, or the best ways to do it. This kind of seems like the most easy way to stick it on there. Could also drape it around his head there like that. But I don't think you're here to watch me play with Jake's snake. So let's go ahead and take a look at the figure himself. All right, articulation-wise, his head is on the traditional kind of ball joint. However, the hair and the armor does in fact hinder movement again. But you can kind of see the snake scaling at his neck there, maybe. Arm goes up, arm goes down. We get a nice spin here. The armor doesn't really hinder it. The elbow has a almost 90-degree turn to or hinge to it. And his fist does spin and has the in and out articulation. His forearms are a new piece. It looks like fully newly sculpted, not used in any of the other figures I've seen for the WWUniverse or the Motu Origins line. And it is molded. It looks like it is a molded piece and just painted. He's got the waist spin, and just like Piper, when you do spin his waist, it does cause the armor to open at the bottom. So you can only go about yay far before it wants to crack the armor. His leg kicks up, his leg kicks back that far. Not a whole lot of movement, but that's normal for these figures. The knee bends at a little less than 90 degrees, straightens out about yay far. He's got the traditional boots that have been coming with most of the Masters of the WWUniverse, and with that we have the boot cut. We have the hinge at the feet, and the spin also for posability. Face sculpt looks really good, although I guess this technically means we're going to have two face sculpts here in a moment. Although there is some markings on here from production, I assume. Kind of looks like this little curly cue of hair is meant to help hold the hair in place. Oops. So let's go ahead and pull this face off. Face off starting John Travolta and Nick Cage. And once we get it open, we get to see his open snake head and mouth and fangs and tongue. And this is a new head sculpt here as well. So he's probably the only figure in the Masters of the WWUniverse line who has two face sculpts, technically. Looks pretty cool. The eyes are yellow with the red slits, making him look even more dangerous. Gotta love the detailing here on the deco. And also there is in fact a texture to it. It feels like either that or my fingers are really sensitive. So now let's go ahead and remove his armor. Crack it open. Actually, I think we're gonna have to take his head off for this too. Much like when I was dealing with Piper's armor, I feel like I'm going to break something every time I try to take the straps off the top. Now that I look at it, the face is kind of goofy looking on the snake version. Just a little bit. I mean, it's not a bad job, but I think it's the mustache on the snake face version that kind of like throws me off a bit when I look at it. Like if they hadn't had that mustache, it would look more normal. Or at least as normal as a humanoid snake head would. Once again, though, we do have the deco here on the front to give him the look of snake scales. It does fade into his skin around the sides. There is no extra texture to it, though. And overall, it does look pretty nice. Without the armor, though, your head articulation does go back to full once more. And let's take a look here. Doesn't look too bad like that. If this figure wasn't so expensive, I would definitely consider picking up a second one just to display him in both ways. Like, I wish I got into this line back when you could get these figures for 15 bucks. Of course, I don't think I knew about this line at that point either. Is it? I feel like there should be a way to like have the snake actually like, because every time I put the snake on him, it ends up like turning its face upside down and stuff. There we go. So let's go ahead and see how he does in the wrestling ring now, shall we? And let's start him off without the armor. And we will throw him up against Mr. T. Can Jake the Snake Roberts beat Mr. T in a one-on-one match? Oh yeah, he knocked that sucker out of the ring. And of course, as tradition speaks, he will take his snake and dump it on Mr. T. Ugh. So, before I get to the slow-mo stuff, I just want to say I'm going to leave it up to you guys to decide who I do next. Either The Fiend Bray Wyatt or Seth Rollins, I think. So let me know in the comments which of these two you'd like to see as the next review. Peace and love.